Day 70, Chapter 17, page 245. The fourth plague. In the plague that follows, power is given to the sun to scorch men with fire, and men were scorched with great heat. Revelation 16 verses 8 and 9. The prophets thus describe the condition of the earth at this fearful time. The land mourneth, because the harvest of the field is perished. All the trees of the field are withered, because joy is withered away from the sons of men. The seed is rotten under their clods, the garners are laid desolate. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. The rivers of water are dried up, and fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness. The songs of the temple shall be howlings in the day, saith the Lord. There shall be many dead bodies in every place. They shall cast them forth with silence. Joel 1 verses 10 to 12, 17 to 20, and Amos 8 verse 3. These plagues are not universal, or the inhabitants of the earth would be wholly cut off. Yet they will be the most awful scourges that have ever been known to mortals. The fifth plague. With shouts of triumph, jeering, and imprecation, throngs of evil men are about to rush upon their prey, when lo, a dense blackness, deeper than the darkness of the night, falls upon the earth. Then a rainbow shining with the glory from the throne of God spans the heavens, and seems to encircle each praying company. The angry multitudes are suddenly arrested, their mocking cries die away. The objects of their murderous rage are forgotten. With fearful forebodings they gaze upon the symbol of God's covenant, and long to be shielded from its overpowering brightness. It is at midnight that God manifests his power for the deliverance of his people. The sun appears, shining in its strength. Signs and wonders follow in quick succession. The wicked look with terror and amazement on their scene, while the righteous behold with solemn joy the tokens of their deliverance. God's law appears in the sky. There appears against the sky a hand holding 2 tables of stone folded together. Says the prophet, the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself. Psalms 50 verses 6. That holy law, God's righteousness, that amid thunder and flame was proclaimed from Sinai as the guide of life, is now revealed to men as the rule of judgment. The hand opens the tables, and there are seen the precepts of the Decalogue, traced as with a pen of fire. The words are so plain that all can read them. Memory is aroused, the darkness of superstition and heresy is swept from every mind, and God's 10 words, brief, comprehensive, and authoritative, are presented to the view of all the inhabitants on earth. The lost condemn their false shepherds. Church members who have seen the light and been convicted, but who have trusted the salvation of their souls to the minister, will learn in the day of God that no other soul can pay the ransom for their transgression. A terrible cry will be raised. I am lost, eternally lost. Men will feel as though they could rent in pieces the ministers who have preached falsehood and condemned the truth. All unite in heaping their bitterest condemnation upon the ministers, unfaithful pastors who have prophesied smooth things. They have led their hearers to make void the law of God and to persecute those who would keep it holy. Now, in their despair, these teachers confess before the world their work of deception. The multitudes are filled with fury. We are lost, they cry, and you are the cause of our ruin, and they turn upon the false shepherds. The very ones that once admired them most will pronounce the most dreadful curses upon them. The very hands that once crowned them with laurels will be raised for their destruction. The swords which were to slay God's people are now employed to destroy their enemies. Here we see that the church, the Lord's sanctuary, was the first to feel the stroke of the wrath of God. The ancient men, Ezekiel 9 verses 6, Those to whom God had given great light and who had stood as guardians of spiritual interests of the people had betrayed their trust. God's word is made of none effect by false shepherds. Their work will soon react upon themselves. Then will be witnessed the scenes described in Revelation 18, when the judgments of God shall fall upon mystical Babylon.